Hi, my name is Shah Selby, and I'm here to talk to you about FieldKit. So I'm the founder of a nonprofit conservation technology lab based in Los Angeles called Conservify, and we're the home of FieldKit. Conservify has really focused for many years on developing kind of one-off conservation technologies for partners, universities, NGOs, or scientists all over the world in rainforests, on glaciers. The goal was like, how do we create open source solutions that allow our partners to collect data in a way that wasn't possible before, be it like a higher fidelity, greater detail, for much lower cost, things like that. And so we were working a lot with environmental sensors over the years and ran into the same problems over and over again, and realized that there needed to be a better way to collect this sort of data. And that was the whole thought that sprung up this idea of creating FieldKit. So FieldKit, it's its own organization now. And the focus is like, how do we build tools that are scientific grade, but at the same time, they allow access to more people than what's commercially available today. We see this really interesting space in the market that rises above kind of low-cost citizen science tools or the consumer IoT world, and still maintains kind of the easy access, the usability, and the low cost of some of those systems. But then we can, build these systems in a way that make the data still scientifically relevant, allow these devices to be calibrated and used for studies. I think that there's a huge space in between what's commercially available today and what can be available tomorrow. And that's what FieldKit's really focused on. So when we first started doing this work, we were working a lot with field scientists, NGOs, and universities all over the world, and then STEM educators who wanted to use these tools to teach their students about a changing planet. But as we started to do more user research out there, we realized that there was a lot of other people who are really interested in these sorts of tools, citizen scientists, municipalities, people who are working on environmental justice issues, even people like makers and data artists wanted to use a better tool to understand a changing planet. So what FieldKit really is, it's three things. It's one, it's a data visualization platform that we actually consider more of a data conversation platform. And I'll talk a little bit about that later on. An app that allows you to interface with the hardware and download data and do things like that. And then hardware that we've developed from scratch, tons of hardware. And this hardware itself is very modular, right? And so we've built it in a way where you can mix and match the sensors. You can add on your own sensors if you'd like to do that sort of thing. The whole thing's open source, even the firmware, everything. So, we really want to create a tool out there that allows a lot of other people to do this sort of work better. The app itself really lets you configure the hardware, talk to the hardware, you connect to it using the Wi-Fi that's created from the hardware itself. It allows you to change settings, reading frequencies, things like that. But there's also a deployment process that's built into it that will help to gather important metadata around these deployments so that people who are looking at your sensor data later on know that they can trust it because you have all this metadata behind it. And the last bit is kind of the website. So if you go to fieldkit.org, you're going to see the data portal. You'll see coming soon is this open sensor library. So we really want to document everything we've learned about sensor types and put that information out for anyone to learn from. And then, our regular website that has our blog and things like that on it. So the data portal really, it allows you to set up projects and teams. There's map-based and chart-based visualizations. But you can really kind of comment and manipulate data and do all this stuff. And every time you change a thing on the portal, it becomes its own unique URL that's easily shareable and can act as a reference and things like that in the future. As with many open source projects, documentation is incredibly key. So we've been working on, we have a product guide that's over 20,000 words. It's been translated to Spanish and Portuguese and more languages to come. We're building out video tutorials, information on our forum, lots of stuff out there so that we can help to spread the knowledge about what we've learned through this whole process. But not only the technical, also like the kind of the business and product development sort of things as well. And it's all to serve our community, which you see on the right. That's who we really care about, the FieldKit users themselves and how we can we can give them the tools to do their jobs better. So thank you for listening to me today. If you have any questions, you can check out fieldkit.org or feel free to email me. I'd be happy to talk more about what we're trying to do here. Thanks. Bye.